ain't your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
All right, welcome Vigilante Nation. This is the Vigilante Racing Network coming live to you live from Joliet, Illinois for Season 3, Round 2 of the Vigilante Vanquish Series here at Chicagoland Speedway. Tonight's race is brought to you by Tow Call. Tow Call is our primary sponsor for this season, so if you're in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you need a lockout, jump start, tire change, or a tow, contact Tow Call at towcallroadside@gmail.com for fast and friendly service. Tow Call, your Washington, D.C. premier roadside assistance company. And with that, folks, my name is Alan Vaught, and I will be bringing you all of the racing excitement and action here tonight. And we're going to get you started with some session details. All right, well, tonight's race here at Chicagoland, round 2, as I said, of season 3. We're going to run 133 laps here tonight. That's 200 miles, virtual miles. The fuel capacity is set to 65%, and the drivers do have an additional 4 sets of tires over the wall for this race. This series does have one fast repair, so if they have an incident early, don't worry, your favorite driver will be able to get back into the action. The incident limit is set to 25 and 6, and as always, iRacing controls the lucky dog, the wave of rounds, and all the cautions. So with one race in the books, last week's winner is your current points leader. Chris goes in at 38 machine with 40 points. Second place is the 99 America's driver, Albert Anderson, with 33 points. In third place, the number 35, Tom Bearish, with 32. And we have a tie for fourth and fifth, really for fourth place, between the 82 machine of Mike Everidge and the 721 of Jesse Redding with 30 points each. So expect this. This is a straight point series. There's no reset or anything. They're going 13 races throughout this fall season as we get into next year. And it should be a real shootout as we get down to the end. It was last season, so expect the same this season, folks. And give you some more details here as we move along. These guys are on track right now doing their qualifying session. Let's take a look here. All right, let's talk about some weather. So tonight's atmospherics, you have 67 degrees is the ambient temperature. Track temp's around 89, so it's not too hot out there. There is high humidity, as you could probably see within your television screen there, or your computer screen. 95% humidity, so it's kind of foggy out there. So we'll try to keep you on some tight shots so you can see the racing action. We do have a light breeze tonight at 9 miles per hour out of the southeast, and we are under partly cloudy skies. For our onboard driver cams here tonight, we have 7. And I'm going to walk you through those. The truck on your screen is not associated with the driver I'm looking at. So that 01 machine of Kelly Hill with a nice 3-screen view you can see there. Next up, we have Jacob Alicia. He is in the number 7 machine. It's like he's cleaning off his camera there for us. We appreciate that, Jacob. Great job. Then we have the 10 truck of Andrew Coffin, giving us a nice over the right-hand shoulder triple screen look there. Next up, the 13 Andy Player, racing out of New Hampshire. Usually has a cat messing with him. This cat's not there right now. As you see on the screen there, they're starting to grid up. So we'll be finished with these driver cams in just a moment. And we got the 29 Dave the Mouth Mayberry. Good looking. He's got a new setup on his rig there. Got him an information screen up above. He was real excited to get that installed. I think he has the 89 of Craig Goodenough to thank for that one. And we have the 81 machine, Jonathan Osborne, racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. And the aforementioned 89 machine of Craig Goodenough. Now, Craig's giving us a little extra here tonight. You see he's got a heart monitor there. Looks like he's already been up to 143. That middle number is the max that he reaches. So during practice, he hit 143. Right now he's at 91. And we also have a steering cam there as well. So a couple extra angles for that 89 machine here tonight. Yeah, we're going to get back up here. They're starting to grid up now. We'll see how they fared on qualifying. All right, folks. Your pole sitter tonight is going to be Trevor Robertson in the 6 machine. Dylan Bryant brings it home 2nd. Jacob Alicia 3rd. Albert Anderson 4th. 5th place was Craig Goodenough. 6th was John Gallagher. Kelly Kill 7th. Andy Player in 8th position. Chris Warren is in 9th. In 10th position, Aaron Warren. 11th was Jesse Redding, and Chris Goins brings it home 12th. 13th was George Rincon. Tom Barish is 14th. 15th is Samuel Lang. 16th is John, the closer Schoenbachler. 17th is James Lee. Michael Alfaro is 18th. Luke Chadwick is 19th. 20th was Dylan Simmons. You got Mike Adamson is in 21st. 22nd is Mike Evers. Actually, these guys at the back are moving around a little bit with some of the penalties. We had a few penalties from last week. I'll hit those in a moment. Dave Mayberry, 23rd. I already talked about Andrew Coughlin. Yeah, these guys got jumped up at the back, folks. So you can see where they started. So Mike Adamson, 22nd. 23rd is Dave Mayberry. 24th, Mike Everidge. Scott Milner, 25th. 26th, Andrew Coughlin. And then 27th, it's Deion Jones, rather. So that kind of got jumbled at the end there. The race admin was jumbling those up as I'm trying to read them off. And for those of you out there watching, please make sure that you like and subscribe if you support these drivers. We're about to go green. This first green flag will be the flag stand dropping it. Every subsequent restart we may have tonight will be on the leader. Leader will be able to launch from within inside the restart zone. You see that pace truck ducking off right now. And we are under green, folks, here at Joliet, Illinois, Chicagoland. Pretty clean start so far. Inside line definitely got the advantage. Trevor Robertson holding that lead with Jacob Alicia second. Craig Goodenough fighting for third with Dylan Bryant in the 51 coming around the outside with momentum. This is a multiple groove track, and the groove will shift over the course of the evening. As you see them even down on the apron, that front stretch. Jacob Alicia taking over the lead. Like Jacob's got a new number on him tonight. He was running the 7, now he's in the 31. This fight going on here between the 51 of Dylan Bryant and your pole sitter, Trevor Robertson. Robertson racing out of McCrory, Arkansas. Somebody down on the apron here. It's the 88 machine of Mike Adamson. A couple more details here tonight. They're going to be able to run about 29 laps on a fuel tank. Caution is out. We'll have to see what happened there. The yellow flag looks like maybe Andrew Coughlin was involved. First caution of the evening. So Coughlin's in that 10 machine on the low side here. Actually, we go look over the shoulder. Oh, it's like he got a little bit of help from the 54. 54 is James Lee. See, he comes up. 54 comes down. They both kind of meet in the middle of the track. They're really unfortunate. And they both get a really heavy dose of the outside retaining wall. That's unfortunate for both those guys. See if anybody's going to duck on pit lane to get some extra fuel here with an early caution. We're only 5 laps into this, coming to 6. Like we have a few takers there. James Lee, Mike Adamson are on pit lane. John Schoenbacher hitting pit lane. So while we're doing under this caution here, folks, I do want to mention that this week was Veterans Day was this week, last Tuesday. And VRL always pauses to honor those whose courage and sacrifice made this moment and every moment of freedom possible for our nation. So as I mentioned, last Tuesday was Veterans Day, a time to recognize all who have worn the uniform of our great nation. But here we also remember the fallen, because whether it's Memorial Day or Veterans Day, the debt we owe to those who served and are serving, and especially to those who never came home, is eternal. President Abraham Lincoln once said, "A nation that does not honor its heroes will not long endure." And here in VRL, we take those words to heart. We honor our heroes not just with monuments and holidays, but with the moments like this, moments of silence, reflection, and gratitude. And as these trucks pace around here under this caution, let it be a lap of remembrance, a lap for every veteran who stood the watch so we could sleep in peace, a lap for every fallen warrior whose sacrifice echoes in the freedoms that we enjoy every day. Let us stand together, united in respect, as we observe a moment of silence while these guys make their way around for this last pace lap. And I share with you a list of the veterans that serve within our league here tonight. All right, folks, thank you for that. And we are back. We're coming out of turns 3 and 4. You're riding on board right now with Jacob Alicia, racing out of Indianapolis, Indiana. We're going to see this truck duck off, this pace truck, handing over control of the restart to Jacob. Once he hits this restart zone, just in front of him, the blue you see, he can launch at any point. And he's launching now. We're back underway. Jacob Alicia's out there out front. He's got being challenged now by Albert Anderson, looking to get around him, followed closely by Dylan Bright in that 51 machine. Your pole sitter, Trevor Robertson, on the high side, choosing to run that outside line for the most part early in this race. Albert Anderson ducking down over the front stretch apron. Jacob's going to battle back on the outside, not choosing to let go yet. See if he ducks down behind the 99. Like he chooses to try to do the crossover here. Track's really great for this kind of race. Oh, as you see how close both the 99 and the 6 looks like he did touch the wall just a bit. $11 laps in the books here tonight of 133, folks. Albert Anderson looking to take home the victory here tonight. He is currently second in the point standings. And he is sporting the colors of our primary sponsor here in the Vigilante Vanquish Series of Tow Call. Remember, if you're in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you need a lockout, a jumpstart tire change, or just a tow, contact Tow Call at towcallroadside@gmail.com for fast and friendly service. Tow Call, your Washington, D.C. premier roadside assistance company. All right, folks, we're going to go through the field here since they're starting to get settled out a bit. Gives us this opportunity. We're going to start from the back. As it seems, we've settled the race for the moment with the leader. Go back here and check out the 88 of Mike Adamson racing out of Sanford, Florida. And I didn't get you the information earlier, but I'm going to take a quick look at the penalties here for this evening. We had quite a few. Okay, the reason that Mike's a lap down is because he did have he had a penalty which required a drive-through. That's why he ended up going a lap down. So if he looks like he's the only truck a lap down so far. If we get a caution, he'll be back on the lead lap. So 88 had a penalty. The 29 had a drop to the end of the line penalty. The rest of these are dropped to the end. The 29, the 81, the 10, 31, and then the 4 of Dion Jones. He also had a double penalty where he had to do a drive-through. And then the 82 and the 09 had just dropped to the end. So we had quite a few penalties, but that was coming out of a super speedway, and that happens sometimes. So, but that explains, just so you know, why the always fast Mike Adamson is currently sitting at the rear of the field. So with that, we'll move on to the 09 of Dylan Simmons. Right now, he's down 6 positions from where he started in 20th tonight, running 26th. And Dion Jones, as I mentioned, he's actually up 2 spots right now, running in 25th position in that 4 machine. And a lot you're going to notice on these trucks, many of them are sporting Veterans Day memorial paint schemes. And we appreciate them supporting us in that endeavor. Next up, 24 of James Lee, 54 machine. Racing out of Villa Rica, Georgia, in that Toyota Tundra. Down 7 spots, running 24th at the moment. Scott Milner used to be the 31. He switched it up on me. Now he's in the 19 machine, Army machine there, and he is up 2 spots right now, running in 23rd, racing out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. 82 of Mike Everidge. He is up 2 positions as well, racing in 22nd position right now. Out of Melbourne, Kentucky. The closer, John Schoenbacher, trying to make it around the 10 machine there. 4th position. Andrew Cawthon is running in 21st, up 5 spots. John's actually down 4. Like he's trying to get some of those spots back right now, though. Currently running in 20, trying to get 19th as well from George Rincon in that Goodweiser machine. Just forward of them is your, I want to say, let's take a look. What position was he in for that? Yeah, Tom Barris, your current 3rd place runner in the championship right now in the 35 machine. Dave Mayberry, racing out of Tucson, Arizona. He's up 6 spots so far, running the 17th, also having a penalty tonight. So he's heading in the right direction. An 11 machine, Michael Alfaro. He is up 2 spots, running 16th right now. Just behind Luke Chadwick in the 9. This Toyota Tundra, he's up 4 spots in 15th right now. Now Chris Goins in the number 1 machine. He's in 13th, down 1 spot from where he began. He's racing with, it looks like, Samuel Lang in the 70 right now in that Blue Angels machine. Great looking paint scheme there, supporting the U.S. Navy. Jesse Redding. He's tied for 4th position in the championship standings with Mike Everidge right now. Jesse is down 1 spot from where he began the night. Right now he's running in 12th. Got Aaron Warren running in 11th position there in that 23 machine. Good looking stars and stripes, and looks like an aviation symbol there on the side of his truck. Got both the Warren brothers right here, Chris and Aaron. Got Chris running in 10th. not giving his brother an inch. And I would imagine if my two boys were racing each other, they would probably be racing each other the hardest out of everyone on the track. So this is not a surprise. And Jonathan Osborne is up 13 positions in that 81 Daystar machine, kind of in the scheme of the Tide Ride from back in the 80s. Good looking paint scheme. Running 9th right now. Looking to make it 8th as he's starting to battle with Kelly Kill there in the Green Monster 01 machine. Kelly's racing out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin here tonight. Having a really good run so far. Only down one spot when we began the race. We have Andy Player racing out of Concord, New Hampshire. Andy's up one spot, running in 7th right now. Now, 123 machine of John Gallagher. He's fighting with Jacob Leisha right now, but John's racing out of Roseville, California, right where he began the race in 6th position here tonight. With Jacob Leisha just in front of him. Jacob's actually down 2 spots from where he began the night, running in 5th right now. Trying to chase down Dylan Bryan up next as Dylan's trying to make a pass here on Craig Goodenough in the 89. Dylan's racing out of Stem, North Carolina. Dylan is also last season's champion. He had a double championship here in the Vigilante Racing League, taking home the top prize in both the Premiere Series and in this series, the Vanquish. So the question is the field going to get with him this season and overtake him? So we'll see what happens. He's up front here going for trying to go for the double. While we're looking here at 3rd position, let's see if we can get maybe another look at Craig's onboard camera. He's battling right there with 51. His heart rate's up at 111, so that's pretty good. His peak was 143. He's averaging 110, so he's right in his pocket, it seems. You see he's uber focused. What's happening here on the track? And in 2nd position, your pole sitter, Trevor Robertson, racing out of McCrory, Arkansas. Trevor is about a half second behind your current leader, which is America's driver, Albert Anderson. Net tow call machine racing out of Washington, D.C. And that is through the field, folks. Only one caution so far here tonight. We're 27 laps into this. We should see green flag pit stops because most did not go down pit lane on that one caution. So you got to go all the way back to George Rincon in 18th before you have the first individual who went in on lap 5. So the rest of these guys, you know, if it was under green the entire way, lap 29 should be about their limit. But since they had a few laps under caution, they're likely to be able to go 30, 31 laps. We'll see how it works out here for them.
I can't get by him, Coffin.
Mayberry's talking to somebody that he can't get by. Let's take a look and see what's going on there. Can't get by. I think he's saying he can't get by George Rincon, which is no surprise. You always got to pack a lunch when you're trying to get past George Rincon. And one of the Warren brothers are pitting this time. See which one pops up on the screen here. Because that message across the screen is from Lori, my wife, the admin. I don't control that, so anything she puts up there is on her, folks. But she's letting you know that we don't control the fog, and we certainly do not control the fog here. So the conditions are random, and they are controlled by iRacing. As you see that 23 of Aaron Warren making his way down for pit service here tonight at lap 29. Back up here with your leader. Let's see if he's going to go and try his hand at getting in pit lane. He's not going to go this time as he crosses the start-finish line. We'll see how far he decides to go. I'm keeping a lookout for anyone else hitting the pit lane. Aaron Warren was your first taker. Actually telling me that he's out right now. Nope, he's coming back out of the pits. Here he comes. So he's trying to play some strategy, maybe get some little bit of drag position with those fresher tires. Sounds like Dave Mayberry's hitting pit lane.
13th time.
From 18th position, you also have a player going on pit lane.
pitting this time.
See how well he gets into his box here. On the money. So Andy's looking pretty calm here tonight. It's like he's a master strategist at these races. Really nails down exactly what lap he wants to hit it for the maximum gain on time and fuel. Let's see if it pays off for him. We got Trevor Robertson on pit lane, Craig Goodenough, Jonathan Osborne, John Gallagher. Few takers here. Kelly Kill, Dion Jones. Dylan Bryant is about to hit pit lane. He's calling it right now. See if Albert up in front of him there because he's now running second. Albert is hitting pit lane as well. Oh, a little bit of contact between Alicia and Bryant there getting on pit lane. As I said, you also have Albert Anderson's on pit lane. Jacob Alicia, Chris Gomes, Jesse Redding, Chris Warren, Samuel Lang, Michael Alfaro, Luke Chadwick, Tom Barish, and Dylan Simmons in the Navy Blue Angels machine. Also, Dion Jones is on pit lane. It's like he actually is coming off pit lane. So now your leader is Schoenbachler. The guys at the front right now, Schoenbachler, Andrew Koth, and Scott Milner, James Lee, Mike Evers, they all went in the pit lane at that first caution. Like George Rincon, he did too, but he just hit pit lane, so should be good to go there. Let's see. So these other guys should be able to go another 2-3 laps at least, I would say. But they're losing time on these guys. You see a 6 machine just flying through there on new tires. That 6 machine is Trevor Robertson. That's the difference right there that you can see in tires. He just drove right through them, unlapping himself. All right, folks, I haven't talked to you much in the chat here. Let's take a look at the chat, see who's in here. Kenneth Warnock out there. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? Taylor Provax, hello, Mama Lori. Hey, Taylor, thanks for watching tonight. Kyle's in there too. Vroom, vroom. All right, Kyle. Good luck and have fun, everybody. He says, missing racing with everyone, hoping to be back soon. Yeah, Kyle's got to get patched up so he can get back on the track here, make his presence known. It's like Kyle's pulling for Trevor up front there, the 6 machine. Kenneth Warnock's out there pulling for Dylan Bryant, and he's got others out there as well. Sounds like it's like Kenneth saying he's out there drinking tequila and watching his races. Now we got John Schoenbacher, James Lee, Mike Everidge, and Andrew Cawthon all hitting pit lane. Those are the guys who were in on lap 5. Actually, Scott Milner is still out there. And it says he was last on pit lane at lap 5. So he's really able to stretch out this fuel here as we're about to come around for lap 38. We're on 37 coming to 38. If he goes in this time, sounds like he might be. Scott's racing out of Pittsburgh, Indiana, and looks, yeah, he's definitely coming down pit lane. Oh no! Like he lost control, maybe a little bit free as he gets on pit lane here. Did not doesn't look like very much damage to his truck. He's definitely going to lose a lot of time. His truck looks fine though. He's going to need a caution or something to be able to get back in this thing in contention. As right now you have Robertson taking over the lead again with the 89 machine of Craig Goodenough right on his tail. You can see Craig's up on the wheel there. His average is 112, but he's right now at 123. He's really going to work hard. I think he wants to make this pass and try to drive away from the likes of the 51 and the 99 machine and the 6. Up to 125. See as he gets close in on that 6 machine, 127. It's like zone 1 cardio territory here. Do that for an hour 45 minutes. That's pretty good, pretty decent workout considering you're in a seated position. Greg is racing with us out of Helper, Utah, giving us these great camera views of him in his cockpit. Also, his hands, his wheel and hands view there, along with what I find very interesting is that heart rate monitor. He's not up to, I imagine that 143 was probably him avoiding a wreck or something during practice, because that was already at the peak before we began the race here. Looks like the 51 is trying to hunt him down. 51 went on lap 32, so Dylan Bryant actually has 1 lap fresher tires than these 2 guys in front of him as he's making his way under the 89. Oh, and they do a little bit of door banging here. They're both okay for it. That gives us some advantage to Anderson coming up behind him. Anderson was also in on lap 32, so your 2 leaders, Trevor Robertson and Craig Goodenough, both have a 1 lap tire deficit. The 3 drivers immediately behind them of Brian Anderson and Jacob Alicia. Is trying to make his way around the 51 and try to go and make his try his hand rather at attacking the 89 and the 6. As Jacob Alicia's just laying back there licking his chops, waiting for it. We do have an onboard here with Jacob Alicia here tonight. As I mentioned, Jacob's racing out of Indianapolis in that double mint gum patriotic scheme he's got going on here tonight. Edith Anderson out there in the chat saying hello, VRL team. Anderson clan in the house. Hello. Looks like Kenneth's being shouted out in the chat as well as also a Vietnam veteran. Thank you for your service, Kenneth. Kathy A in the chat. Team Albert here. Always have a great showing for the Anderson clan coming out to support their driver in the 99 machine. Kyle's commenting on the fog out there. A little foggy tonight. Yes, it is, Kyle. We talked about it a little bit earlier. And these guys right here, they're just duking it out. And Trevor's trying, with a 1 lap deficit on his tires, Robertson's doing really well. He's a half second, just over a half second in front of Bryant. Doing a great job managing his tires here. If that is any indication of what you can expect at the end of this race, the rest of these guys are going to have to do some magician work to get around him. Yeah, Kyle, you're telling Trevor to run. I think that's what he's trying to do, buddy. And as we get ready to go we're going to give you a crank it up segment here, folks. But before that, I want to mention our primary sponsor again, Tow Call. Tow Call has come on board as the primary sponsor for both the Vigilante Vanquish and the Premiere Series this season. And we thank them for coming on board. But if you're in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you need a lockout jump start, tire change, or tow, contact Tow Call using Tow Call Roadside, all one word, Tow Call Roadside at gmail.com for fast and friendly service. Tow Call, your Washington, D.C. premier roadside assistance company. And we thank them again for coming on board this season. And with that, folks, we're going to do a crank it up segment. So if you like that, make sure you crank up your television speakers or your computer speakers or whatever you're on your phone. And you get to hear what it sounds like to these drivers inside their virtual cockpits.
It's all good, Jonathan. We saved it. No harm, no foul.
Crank It Up segment. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's always fun to do loud truck noises in your ears there and get you in the groove for what these guys are enduring throughout the race. Make sure I got everything set back to where it should be. You see a battle between the 28 machine here and of George Rincon with the 9 of Luke Chadwick. Man, on the hood on that 9 machine really looks great. Let's take a closer look at that. Yeah, that's impressive. Veterans Day scheme going on there. An eagle painted in red, white, and blue. That's a good looking scheme there, Chadwick. Appreciate that. These guys are just dicing it up here. This is for position between George Rincon and that 28 and the 9. And it's like Schulbacher's right there in the background, too. And that Marines.com machine, 1-800-Marines. Oh, that's a little close there. It's like 28 was trying to side draft. Maybe the 9 started to turn in as they're trying to work their way around. Jonathan Osborne just getting out of shape there a little bit. Got takers on pit lane, folks. You got Good Enough, Player, the 29 of Mayberry, all making their way down here on lap 56, coming to 57. Mayberry getting off pit lane here. Here we go. Jonathan Osborne coming down pit lane as well.
23 pitting this time by. 23 this time by.
23 saying he's coming in pit lane here. That's going to be Aaron Warren. Back up front, you got Trevor Robertson is out to a 1.3 second advantage over the 99 of Albert Anderson now. Roberts made his way back up to second position. That's the distance. You see him out off right up there in the distance. This thing goes green. These guys are going to have to figure out a way to overcome Robertson's advantage. Trying to undercut him on a pit stop, something like that, as we got Chris Goins and Jesse Redding on pit lane. There's Jesse Redding here in the 721 machine, racing out of Knoxville, Iowa. Jesse's doing great in that first race of the season at Daytona, coming in here fourth in the points. You see the 4 machine of Deion Jones trying to get around the 6 here, but Deion's probably on fresher tires. He's not for position. Last time Trevor was on pit lane was at 31. Remember, he had a 1-lap deficit to the guys right behind him. Still does. Albert Anderson and Dylan Bryant. Jacob Leach is on pit lane. He's looking to maybe do an undercut here. Robertson's getting, you see, he's starting to lose some rear grip there as he gets a little sideways. But with 30, if you're running about 29 laps, I know that Robertson was actually making better fuel mileage than most. He should be coming in, about right now. He's 1 lap further. You got Kelly Kill saying he's going to pit here. See how fast he's going, 100 miles an hour coming in here. Oh, somebody sideways there. And he makes it down. Pit lane speed should be about 55 here. 60. You can see the Gary's in there, taking a look at that dashboard there.
Number 70's in this time. 44 this lap.
Albert Anderson on pit lane. 51 right behind him, Dylan Bryant. These guys are going to stay tied at the hip. This race is having a really green flag look to it, folks. Don't know if we're going to see another caution as we're 63 laps in the books. A good looking paint scheme on that 51 for POW MIA. We will not forget. You are not forgotten. John Schoenbacher assumes the lead through this transition right now in that Marines.com machine. Schoenbacher was last on pit lane at 35. Also, Mike Everidge, who's in second, was last on pit lane at 35. That 88 machine of Mike Adams just hasn't had an opportunity to really get back in this race tonight since there's been a lack of cautions. Your leader's going to hit pit lane right now, so I'm sure they were hoping for a caution in those few laps that they had an overlap. We're not able to get it there. Edith Anderson out there saying, hang in there, 99. Once he gets through this cycle here, he's probably going to be in good shape unless he fell back, and I don't think he did. Dylan Bryant was able to did go into pits behind him and came out in front of him, or may have passed him when they just came out, but right now Dylan is in front of Albert. Dylan's racing out of Stem, North Carolina. Albert racing out of Washington, D.C. Talk a little bit about this track. Chicagoland Speedway. It was from the Windy City, grit, Midwestern muscle in the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series is going to come back here this year. We're here already, kind of getting our guys acclimated back to this track. It did go away for a few years when they had the Chicago Street Course, but that's kind of, you see 721 getting the wall there. Makes it okay there. Outside of Kelly Kill. But as I mentioned, the Chicago Street Course has run its series, and now we're going back to Chicagoland at this 1.5 mile track, which has really had some great races over the years. It should be, with the Gen 7 car, the way it's been racing at 1.5 mile tracks, it should be a great show when real life comes back here. I mentioned it's a 1.5 classic intermediate oval and built for balance and bravery, depending on how hard you want to push it. I think it's going to reward and has rewarded folks who are able to take care of their tires. Take a look and check on the front. We do have a leader. Craig Goodenough was able to go in on lap 55. He's a full 6 laps nearly deficit to your previous leader, which is Trevor Robertson, and Trevor is just tracking him down though. I think it's gonna be like a lap or so. You can see Craig in the distance there. More likely Robertson's gonna be able to get past him pretty easily in a matter of a lap, maybe 2. We'll keep an eye on that. Looking off Craig Goodenough right now, looking backwards at Trevor Robertson. Craig's average heart rate's gone up just a bit to 113. Getting on off pit lane here, or any track that we go to with efficiency and precision, you got to be brave, but you have to also be able to control that truck getting on and off, and you're always on the edge of grip and the edge of maybe spinning out, like we saw earlier with another competitor kind of going around there as they enter pit lane. So those moments probably raise his heart rate just a bit. His average is now to 114. He's sitting right there at 113 as we continue this race, so doing a great job. As you see, that 6 is just bearing down on him right now as we expected. And it's probably going to make this pass look easy. As Trevor takes the bottom line there and reassumes the lead. The track surface here, it's moderately worn. Been evolving since it was last repaved. The 4 corners here, progressive banking. It goes from 18 degrees at the apron, so the white line you see down below this driver here, up to 20 degrees. It has some multiple groove track and multiple grooves available. It is actually not in Chicago. It's in Joliet, Illinois, just southeast of Chicago. It opened in 2001, and it's a modern era oval designed for side-by-side battles. The signature trait of this track is the progressive banking. Bottom, middle, and high lines all play a role, and they all have slightly different banking. Throttle discipline's always important here. They are able to qualify pretty much flat out with aggression, but precision matters, and entry speed, and as you drive off, how much throttle are you going to give that truck? Are you going to tear up your tires, especially your right rear? You can do that easily here if you're overly aggressive during the race itself. Mistakes are punished quickly. Momentum is key, especially here in the truck. You lose that momentum, you're going to lose seconds on the track. And as I was talking about previously, tire degradation is very important. Moderate wear, long runs expose handling differences in these trucks. In this case, these trucks are actually big setup, so it's going to expose differences in driving styles between these competitors. As we've completed 75 laps of 133, we are just getting through this race at blistering pace. Drivers really showing off their skills and abilities and respect for each other by not having a caution fest here tonight. Only 1 caution thus far in this race. As we're looking with Michael T. Alfaro and Jesse Redding here. Jesse's all over that 70 machine, that Blue Angels machine of Samuel Lang. Saw him get a little bit loose right there.
You good? Good enough. I thought it was gonna stick, it didn't.
Alicia's taking over second place up there, the 31 machine of Jacob Alicia. And Dylan Bryant, both of them have gotten by Craig Goodenough. Riding on board with Jonathan Osborne now. Jonathan races with us out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Always fast, running 11th position right now, up 11 spots from where he began the race. If I'm not mistaken, I'll take another quick glance at it. Yeah, he was overcoming a deficit, having to start at the rear of the field tonight. Not able to qualify, so making a nice recovery run here tonight in that Daystar machine. While we have the opportunity, we'll take a check-in on our other onboard camera drivers. We'll begin with Kelly Kill. Having a pretty good run here. He's kind of by himself right now. And Kelly is one of those drivers who has opted in for the in-race interview, even under green, under conditions like this. And so let's get a quick word with Kelly. Hey, Kelly, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Hey, I got you, Alan.
Hey, man, appreciate you doing this under green interview. You seems like you're in a pretty good pocket, so I'm not going to distract you too much. How's it going so far, running there in 9th position?
It's going good so far. I'm just trying to hit my marks here, try to save my tires some, so let's see what we can get done here.
Yeah, it looks like Trevor Robertson may run away with this one. Your teammates with him tonight, so does he have any insight for us that maybe he expressed to you?
Yeah, I think it sounds like to me he's got a good long run game going on here. I think a couple of guys, I think Goodenough and Albert, Dylan are quick, fast on the early, but Trevor's able to gain on him on the end of the run. So hopefully it stays green.
Yeah, he's looking good right now, buddy. So he's out there to a 2.7 lead over Dylan Bryant, and even with a one-lap tire deficit to those guys in the last run, he was still pulling away at the end of that run. So long run speed, I think, is exactly the key, like you mentioned, for him tonight. How about you, man? Sitting there at night, do you feel like you're going to go forward? You're going to have to get some of these guys on pit strategy.
You know what? I'm going to run these tires out. I'm trying to catch John Gallagher here, but I don't. It looks like my tires have just evened out now, so hopefully I don't lose any more spots. So just trying to figure out this track, so we'll see what happens.
All right, buddy. Well, your onboard camera looks great. We really appreciate you talking to us under green flag conditions there, and give them hell, buddy.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah. The 01 machine of Kelly Kill, kind enough to let us pull him up into the booth here under green flag conditions. This is the kind of coverage you get here in VRN you'll never get in real life, folks. But he's able to focus through all that, still running, having a great run right now in 7th position. We appreciate you, Kelly, for talking to us. We have a few people on pit lane. You got Andy Player, John Schoenbachler, Jonathan Osborne. Actually, Andy's coming off pit lane. Looks like Jonathan is as well. And the 12 machine finishing up his pit lane service. John Schoenbachler racing out of Louisville, Kentucky. Call him the closer a lot because he seems to find his way up to the pointy end of the field towards the end of these races, as we have completed 85 laps so far. Trevor Robertson is still your leader out there, and he is a 2.9 nearly advantage, going on 3 seconds over Dylan Bryant there in second. You got Jacob Alicia third, Albert Anderson fourth, Chris Gomes in 5th position. Michael Tiafaro and Luke Chadwick are on pit lane. Far on that 11 machine. At 9, Luke Chadwick making his way in for service as well. Oh, looks like the 11 overshot his pits. So I'm having to back up in his pit box there. It's that hurts him. 9 should be able to get out in front of him here. It's like the 9 hit his marks. Even something simple as that, if you slightly miss that pit box and have to back up, like he might be okay there. May lose some time on track. We're going back up front here with Trevor Robertson. Last time Trevor was on pit lane was at 61.
I'll give you bottom here, my bear. Thank you.
Dylan Bryant has still 1 lap fresher tires on him, but he's not able to close in. See how long that Trevor decides to stay out here. I'm thinking he should have to come in the next 3 laps around 90. He has shown us to be able to go at least a lap, sometimes maybe 2 laps longer than the 29. So he's got that great balance of both speed and conservation of his tires and his fuel. That's dangerous for these guys, as he's up there at a 2.85 advantage right now. He has had to make his way around some traffic, which may have slowed him a bit to Bryant. He's back up to 2.9. He's almost able to drive away from everyone at will. You're still a little bit foggy still out there. 88 laps in the books, starting at 89.
Yeah, 21 this time.
Chris Goins on pit lane.
23 this time.
23.
10 this time.
Warren making his way down pit lane. That's Aaron Warren. Going in right now. You see him there. 10 Machine as well coming in. So now in pit lane we got Goins, Redding, Cawthon. George Rincon coming off pit lane right now. Dylan Bryant now making his way down, choosing to try to gain a lap's advantage on Robertson. I would expect to see your leader Robertson come in this next time, knowing that Dylan just went down pit lane. He was the closest competitor to the 6th. Alicia's already announced and he's going in. He's currently sitting in 2nd, making his way down the back stretch as Trevor goes into 3.
6 fitting.
Sounds like, yep, his engine noise. He's going in here. He's able to get it down. Barely gets inside that cone. If he had went outside the cone, it would have been a penalty. So good job for Trevor. If Alicia, how far back he is. You see the distance between him and Alicia right now. And America's driver Albert Anderson has taken over the lead with this cycle of pit stops. He was last on pit lane at 62. He's already a little bit over the 29 mark. I would expect to see him probably hit pit lane right here. Looks like he may be going down now. Nope, coming out of the back stretch on 92. Yeah, you can hear the change right there.
70 pitting this time. 70 pitting this time. 44 this time by.
Yeah, Samuel Lang on 70 is on pit lane. James Lee, 54 is on pit lane. Mike Everidge getting service. And Deion Jones, like he's making his way off of pit lane. Albert Anderson is now. We watched him go on pit lane along with Samuel Lang. And Craig Goodenough takes over the lead here. So Craig went down on lap 82 with Robertson going down on 90. We're probably going to have that same scenario we previously had where the 6 machine is going to track him down. You see that truck off in the distance as we're looking from behind here off of Trevor Robertson's machine. That is the current leader of Goodenough. They're about to start lap 95, so let's see how many. Actually, they just started 94. See how many laps it takes for him to catch up with him. Once we get finished with this round of pit stops, we're going to go through the field and let you know where your favorite driver is running. you guys are enjoying what you're watching here, you want to support these drivers, make sure you like, subscribe this channel. And if you don't want to miss out on any special events, we do have special events. Hit that notification bell so anytime we go live, you'll be notified. This race, this league has two different series. The Premiere Series, which races on Wednesday nights, and this series, the Vanquish Series, racing on Fridays. And both times are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard for the green flag will drop. Make sure you tune in for Wednesday and Friday nights. And we do have on occasion live on track events on Monday nights at the same time. And like I said, the occasional special event. We're going to go back up front here. You see Craig Goodenough. It's a 1.8 second advantage over Robertson right now, but that's dwindling at least a tenth or two every half lap or so. Look, we got Papa Goat out there in the chat pulling for the 99 machine. Welcome, Papa Goat. Lori says he's new here.
Thank you, Chris.
So just in that lap alone, Robertson was able to carve out a half second of Goodenough's lead. He's down to under 1.3, 1.25 now. He's got him in his sights. 97 laps in the book. If they get past like lap 104 at any point there, they should be able. One more stop is going to be required for everyone. As long as they get past about lap 104, they can make it to the end. Now, they could push it a little bit more than that, but I don't know if they will. We're taking a look at the number 4 machine. Looks like, no, 44 rather, of Chris Warren out of Valrico, Florida. Chris is sporting a support the troops paint scheme here tonight. We appreciate that, Chris. Good looking truck. These far away shots kind of being a little bit obscured by the fog here tonight. Oh, it was getting a little out of hand there. 44 is trying to get around the 89 here. That is not for position. 44 of Chris Warren is running in the 21st position right now, trying to make his way around both these trucks to get back on the lead lap. As Scott Milner is on pit lane right now, if anybody's following for Scott, right? Trevor Robertson is overtaken Craig Goodenough for the lead now. See Craig right there. Dylan Bryant just behind him. Jacob Alicia following closely in 4th. Andy Player trying to sneak in this picture in 5th position. Like Andy's about 4 seconds back of Jacob Alicia. 54 just called out that he's pitting. That's James Lee. We're going to take a look at this battle here between Bryant and Alicia. This is pretty tight up here at the front. Only a 0.15 difference in their times right now as they're making their way around the 19. And they're both coming up on Craig Goodenough just in front of them. And Craig got off the sequence, which is lots of times a good thing, is to get off sequence from the other drivers. It can work to your favor, but when you have no cautions, it can sometimes turn out like this. Craig's just trying to hold a solid line there, not really cause any issues for these guys. As he scrapes off the wall a bit anyway. Didn't see his heart rate jump though there. An average about 113 beats per minute there, Craig has. He's right there on the money with it right now. Take a look up here with your leader. Trevor Robertson is now nearly out to a 3-second lead. He is at a 3-second lead right now, making his way or at least actually no, he's about to let the 44 get by him on fresher tires to unlap himself. But Robertson out to a 3-second lead over the 51 of Bryant and the 31 of Alicia. And those guys are right on top of each other, actually. Alicia just taken over second position from the 51. One might have a go at him here. Not wanting to give up that position with 105 laps in the books. There's a caution here. Everyone can pit under yellow and they can make it to the end. If there's not, everyone still has to pit to make it to the end. You got some people kind of close. James Lee went in on 99. He'd have to save many laps. Mike Adamson also in 99. 98 was Scott Milner. 90 was Dion Jones, and Tom Barish was at 89. And one for Mike Evers. So some of those guys, I don't think they're gonna be able to save that much fuel. Probably everyone's gonna have to hit pit lane one more time. You got Trevor up here in a little bit of traffic, making his way around the 19 machine right now. Kind of maintaining that 3-second gap back to Alicia. Alicia has chopped down not quite a tenth right now, but he is at about 2.9. And Alicia is really known for his tire saving, his equipment saving. He usually comes on super strong at the end of these races. Now, maybe what he's doing now. Again, Jacob racing out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Historic racing town. I've never asked him. I got to ask him. He's probably an IndyCar fan as well. And he goes over there and races a lot too. Jacob getting a little bit more movement in his steering wheel than I expected. He's really taking care of his equipment though. Kenneth Warnock out there pulling for the 51 to go out to the front. He's talking now. Let's take a look at the 51. He's trying to track down. He was passed by Alicia. He's sitting there in third. 25 laps to go here in this race tonight here, folks. Sounds like they're starting to make their last pit stops. You got Craig Goodenough, Andy Player, George Rincon, Dave Mayberry on pit lane for their final service. No problem making it to the end from here. When will Trevor go in? Is Alicia, Brian, or Anderson going to try to undercut him? Sounds like 99's getting pit lane. He's calling it out. Oh, hang on to it. Hang on to it. Oh, I don't know if they've gotten speeding.
23 this time by 2-3.
Wow.
70 this time by.
Albert Anderson racing out of Washington. He's our title sponsor in that tow call machine, Washington, D.C. driver. Really came in there hot. Tremendous job hanging on that truck and not damaging the nose of it. That's going to cost him seconds on the track, and I don't know if he's going to end up with a penalty. We'll see. If that left side drops and he's able to pull away, then he did not speed getting on the pit lane. Left sides are up. Oh no, folks, I think he got a penalty. It's probably a 40-second hold. He's not moving, so that's more likely what happened. Unfortunate for him. He was having a great run. Probably trying to get every bit of speed out of that truck as he could here at the end of the race. And just barely stepped over the line. Trevor Robertson's now out to a 3.2 advantage over Jacob Alicia. And again, I think if this goes green the rest of the way, it's going to come down to who blinks first among those front drivers. Does Trevor stay out too long and open up an opportunity for Jacob Alicia or Dylan Bryant? Or does he call this strategy just right? He does have 3 seconds, over almost 3.5 seconds to play with. These other guys are staying out as well. And you got Chris Gomes way back here.
And Jacob, it looks like we boxed in, man.
Yeah, they got 7 seconds back to Chris Gomes in fourth, up to Dylan Bryant. So Trevor's really in a great spot here right now. He has played his cards well. It's super fast here. had the fortune so far of no cautions and able to show off his skills and abilities at taking care of his tires, being efficient on his fuel, and just super fast and driving away from the field here. Up to 3.8 seconds now. Most of the field from 8th on back have already hit pit lane. Actually, I take that back. From 11th, Craig Goodenough on back and hit pit lane and can make it to the end. 10th forward, which is Mike Everidge, Luke Chadwick, Michael Alfaro, Chris Warren, Jesse Redding, Kelly Keels. You see the 6 machine coming down for pit service now. Oh, he gets sideways just like the 99 did. Did not get completely out of shape, though. Should be fine, as now Dylan Bryant. Trevor Robertson was able to get down pit lane, but Dylan Bryant was not. Got 19 to go here. Is this extra lap going to help out Bryant in his quest to get around the 6 machine? 51 going to go in this time. No, he does not. There's going to be at least 2 laps fresher tires once he comes out of pit lane, but he is going to be losing time here to the 6 and to 31. Lori out there in the chat saying, oh no, about Albert kind of getting sideways there. Albert's lap down now, running in 23rd after that.
11 in.
You can see we're well spread out here, folks. Let's take a look at the map. We are all over the track. And we're looking at the 6 machine of Trevor Robertson. He is indicated on your map by the green circle around his number. The position he's which the number indicates what position he's currently in. So he is in 7th in that 6 machine, but that's because those in front of him have not pitted yet. All right, take that back. Actually, Craig get it up on cue like before. He is about 7 laps, pitted 7 laps before the 6 did. So the 6 got to track him down, but he's been able to do it on all the other stints. We'll see how it works out this time. Right now, between Robertson and Goodenough, there's a 2.7 second advantage, but it's coming down steady every lap. Nuts. As I'm watching this from 2.7 down to 2.5, right now it's 2/10 just in that corner, 2.47. So he is just going to be tracking him down like gangbusters. The current leader is Jacob Alicia, not having pitted yet. Coming down now. Pretty safely getting it done. Dylan Bryant still on track. Choosing not to pit yet. Perhaps his strategy was hoping that there was going to be a caution here. 15 laps to go. 51 says he's pitting now on the radio. 6 machines going around him. Does a great job getting on pit lane there. Doesn't quite get out of shape. Bryant's on pit lane at 118, which is 4 laps to the good on Trevor Robertson. So he's going to have 4 lap fresher tires. Robertson chasing down Chris Warren now, who's in 3rd. Warren has not made his final pit stop yet. Craig Goodenough is now your leader. But as I mentioned, he is on a 7-lap deficit to Trevor Robertson, who now just passes the Chris Warren machine. Good traffic up here, and Trevor's just hunting down that 89. You can just see the tremendous difference in tire advantage going through that turn. It's a good feeling when you're on the positive end of that. It is not a good feeling whenever you know that guy's tracking you down. Got to be careful coming through. He's going to go 3 wide for this. He wants to make quick work of it, though. He wants to be in front in case there's a caution. Get under the 721 and now under the 19 of Milner. 89 is outside there. He passes him for the lead. Craig's just not able to go anywhere with this. Not having the advantage of any cautions. Still sitting right on that 113 beats per minute for his heart rate. Just keeping it cool, collected, and even keeled. You got Mayberry just behind him there. Mayberry's running in 16th position. Lap down to the field. Coming to 10 laps to go here. Final 10 laps. Been a very clean race. One caution. I think we had one caution on Wednesday night. Maybe Lori can confirm that in the chat there. For the Premiere Series, great start to these seasons for both the Premiere and now the Vanquish Series. Back up front here. Trevor Robertson is in a significant amount of traffic here. Going past the 88 currently. He's eked out now, just having passed good enough. He's almost up to a 2-second lead already over second position. And another 7 seconds back from second to get to Andy Player, who's just being passed by Jacob Alicia. And Bryant had a 4-lap advantage on those tires. He went in, he stayed out while he was in second place, decided to go in 4 laps later. You can see that's kind of really cost him, because he is 8 seconds back to the leader. As you see Lori come across the screen there, confirming what I said about Wednesday night. We only had one caution here so far tonight with 9 laps to go. Oh, brushing the wall here, Dylan is. Flirting with disaster here as he gets around. What machine did he just go around? 13 of Andy Player. 8 laps to go. You can see 51 is going after Jacob Alicia. Does have 1 lap fresher tires. So Bryant may be able to get around. Looks like he's going to probably handily get around as he stays on the outside. Almost gets on the wall. Don't know if Alicia didn't know he was there, or he's just losing a little bit of grip. Stay with this fight for the moment. Not missing anything up front. 51's going to the high side again. Thought he was going to hit that wall. That was so close. Jacob not wanting to concede here. Fighting on the bottom. I think this momentum on the outside is gonna win the day. And it does, as he's able to get by here. Jacob tucks in behind him as Bryant takes over 3rd position. Got good enough 4 seconds back of Robertson and increasing. Bryant sitting here 7 seconds back. Now he definitely has the speed. He just doesn't have the time to get there. Bryant's last season as champion, looking to go 2 for 2. Maybe questioning that call he made right now of staying out as long as possible, because he's not going to have the opportunity to get back to him in 5 laps. Starting right now, 5 laps to go. And he's chopping down a little bit, and it's coming down pretty quick, but he just doesn't have the time. He's just over 7 seconds. Gonna dip down to 6.99 right now. I just don't see it just gonna pay off for him. He may be able to get to Craig. He's only 1.4 behind Craig, and he's really closing in on Craig good enough in the 89 machine. So you got Bryant right here in 3rd. I'm just gonna read off where everybody else is running at the moment. Jacob Alicia is in 4th. Andy Players 5th, Chris Gomes 6th, John Gallagher 7th, Kelly Kills in 8th, Aaron Warren 9th, Jonathan Osborne 10th, Andrew Cawthon 11th, 12th is George Rincon, John Schoenbacher 13th, Jesse Redding 14th, made that 13th, he just passed Schoenbacher. Samuel Lang's in 15th, oh, it's kind of close, getting around there. Looks like Dylan Bryant's going to be able to run down probably for 2nd place here. And then the rest of the cars are a lap down with from 16th to 27th in order. It's going to be Mayberry, Chadwick, Anderson, Warren, Milner, Everidge. Oh, so close here. He's really trying to make this happen as he does get around for 2nd. that being Dylan Bryant in the 51 machine, but he's still 6.2 seconds back of Trevor Robertson, just running out of time. And to finish out the field, Bears 21st, Alfaro, Milner, Adamson, Simmons, Jones, Deion Jones, that is, James Lee in 27th. Kyle Vaught out there saying, hey, bring it home, Trevor. His teammate pulling for him out there tonight. Kyle's out there on injured reserve, having crashed his virtual truck too hard in seasons past, and he's kind of on the mend right now, where he's going to be able to come back and race with these series. Get well soon, Kyle. But Dylan is chopping that down. I mean, he's at a 5.8 second deficit now. But this is the final lap. Just not going to happen. Robertson coming out at 3 and 4 here. This is going to be it, folks. And your winner tonight, Robertson, just really laying it on him over a 5-second advantage here at the end of this race. Able to drive away at any moment all night. There was no cautions to benefit anyone else, and he just put on a clinic. Great job for him tonight.
Sam, good running right there, buddy.
We'll see if he does any burnouts for us here tonight.
Was the top three going to take a photo at the line for the veteran safety?
Make sure you stay tuned, folks. I see 14 of you still out there. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're going to interview your race winner, Mr. Trevor Robertson, in just a moment. We're going to see if he does some burnouts for us first. Before we do that, I'll actually go ahead and give you your finishing order while we wait for him to come back to us. All right, so Trevor Robertson brings it home on the top step. Dylan Bryant second, Craig Goodenough third. Jacob Alicia is in the fourth position. So I get down to the right spot here. Andy Player fifth, Chris Gomes sixth, Kelly Kill seventh, eighth is John Gallagher, ninth is Aaron Warren, 10th Jonathan Osborne, Andrew Cawthon 11th, Jesse Redding 12th, George Rincon 13th, Samuel Lang brings it home 14th, John Schoenbachler 15th, 16th is Dave Mayberry, Luke Chadwick 17th, Chris Warren 18th, America's driver Albert Anderson brings it home. Let's see, and 19th, Mike Everidge 20th, Tom Bears 21st, Michael Alfaro 22nd, Scott Milner 23rd, Dylan Simmons 24th, Deion Jones 25th, Mike Adamson 26th, and James Lee brings it home in the 27th position. And those are your results here tonight for Season 3, Round 2, Chicagoland of the Vigilante Vanquish Series. And we are going to be right back, folks, and bring you your winning interview. Stay tuned. right, folks. Hey, welcome back to the post-race show. We're going to interview Mr. Trevor Robertson, tonight's champion here at Chicagoland. I'm going to pull him up in the booth here. Hey, Trevor, it's out in the booth, but you got me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. I mean, you put it on them tonight. How did that feel, bringing it home in the top step of the podium here in race 1 for season 3 in the Vanquish Series?
Oh, it felt good. I hadn't run this track in a long time, forgot how much fun it is, and it was a blast.
And when did you think that you had it in the bag? And there's only one caution, so it didn't give many opportunities for these guys to get back to you. Did you ever question whether or not you had enough speed in that truck?
I was curious how the last fuel run was going to go because I saw, good enough. Took some fuel early. Took an early stop mid race there, and I wanted to give myself plenty of time to be able to make up the ground and everything. And it all worked out in the end. Just trying to be consistent, keep the tire wear even on the right sides, and it was just a good clean race.
Yeah, for a large portion of it there in the first few stints, at least, I was noticing that you were running at least a one lap tire deficit, and I think maybe 2 at one point, but you were able to maintain pace, save your tires, and save your fuel all at the same time, man. That's pretty incredible. Great job on that.
Yeah, just had to be easy on you could drive it, full throttle for the first few laps if you wanted to, but it was just best to take your time, let the truck rotate a little bit, and drive it off the right rear. And that last stop, they were dead even on the right side, so I had it figured out by the end.
Yeah, you sure did have it dialed in here tonight, buddy. So, hey, before I let you go, and congratulations again, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Just, shout out to Kelly, my teammate. We're a little bit different than Wednesday nights, but it's nice to race with different people. Shout out to you in the booth, doing what you do, doing a good job calling the race. Lori for all the good stuff she does as the race director. My family at home watching, and a big shout out to the veterans that put their life on the line for this country. And I didn't have a paint scheme, but I was scared to, I'm not good with. I don't have any Photoshop or anything. They couldn't get the logos on the truck, so I just kind of didn't do it. But that doesn't mean I'm not thankful for them. That's for sure.
No, man, that's all anybody wants, just to be thought of, and so I'm sure they appreciate the shout out that you gave them. But hey, man, congratulations again! Great start to this series. I'm sure you're looking forward to taking home the top prize here in this series and the Premiere Series on Wednesday nights. We're up next. Let's see, where are we going next? I just had that pulled up and it slipped my mind, but I will make sure I get this right. As far as the schedule is concerned, Atlanta Motor Speedway Legacy, how you feel about that track?
I feel like it's just similar to this one. You just got to be consistent. Don't drive too hard. Be easy on the tires, and I know it burns the right rear a lot more. It's going to be loose. It should be a good race. I'm ready for it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations once again. Appreciate you talking to us, and I look forward to maybe talking to you again on the podium next week.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, good night.
Dude.
So that's that 6 machine of Trevor Robertson, folks, winning the race here tonight, Chicagoland out of Joliet, Illinois. Take a final check here on everything. Looks like we're doing well. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And before I let you go, as always, I want to thank my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for everything she does for this series, my family, this league, and these drivers. She is the indispensable one that takes care of all of us vigilantes. And with that, folks, round 2 of the Vanquish Series is officially in the books, and we look forward to Atlanta Motor Speedway next week. We're going to run the legacy version of that track. It really eats tires, but it makes for some comers and goers in that situation. You really have to take, even more so than this track, take care of your tires. But next week's contest is going to be Atlanta Motor Speedway in the legacy version. Be sure to tune in next Friday at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The race will go live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you tune in. Until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we will see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.